Do you relate to any of these type 1 celebrities? Hi, I'm Carol Tuttle, the creator of Energy Profiling and Dressing Your Truth. In my energy profiling system, I teach you the 4 types of nature that is an organic, innate quality of our expression. And today we're going to look at some of the most famous people that are type 1. I'm often asked, what type is this celebrity? And it's an interesting phenomenon. When you go to dressingyourtruth.com/free offer, you'll take the energy profiling course. That is a free course that I offer, and you'll learn about the 4 types. And once you learn about the 4 types, you now start seeing the world a little differently. How many of you now go to a movie and you can't help but profile the actors because you're able to now distinguish the different qualities of movement, how they look, their body language, their different tendencies and character traits that are true to type. Then, once you've gone through the free course, grab my book. It's Just My Nature, where we give you an in-depth look at how each type expresses in many qualities of life, even in nature. And I do have in here famous people listed for each type, and I also have countries. That's interesting. Cultures actually have a certain quality of movement and expression. You can learn about that, and It's Just My Nature. Let's take a look at some of the expected and unexpected type 1 celebrity. Now remember, the movement of a type 1 is upward, light, bright, animated, spontaneous. So think of somebody that's famous that has that quality of movement. They're youthful looking in their appearance. Make sure you watch the face profiling video for type 1s. I give you the mechanics of how to see it in the face. I'm going to point out some of those attributes and facial characteristics here at our celebrity type 1 board. So looking at this group of type 1s, and this actually is available on my website. We've got a whole list of type 1 celebrities, over 100 of them listed. We also have more photos of type 1 celebrities. I selected these 8 to just show you some similarities. You know, you would expect someone like Reese Witherspoon, who's in the upper left corner. She's been cast very successfully in many of the roles she's played. So her most type 1-esque role was Legally Blonde, which was just a spoof of being sort of what has been created in our cultural stereotypes, the ditzy blonde, where she showed how smart she was. She just cast a contrary message against that stereotype that's really old. You can see how youthful she looks. She's a playful quality. An expected one would be Ellen DeGeneres. I think she's one of our poster person type 1 celebs. Everything she does is very true to her type. She even dresses her truth more often than not. She's spontaneous, cute, bright. She's now 61 years old, still has a youthful quality to her. Starts her talk show by dancing every time. She uplifts people. That is a natural quality of a type 1. Her message is very much based on the good news, the good deeds of people, the goodwill of humanity. An unexpected type 1 might be Robert Downey Jr., who we see in the lower bottom right corner. I sometimes often get some feedback on him saying, really? He has so much movement in his face. He's got so many lines and wrinkles. How could he be a type 1? Well, maybe he's a 1-3, or, I'm not sure. His secondary might be a 1-4. That's a little trickier for me to discern when I don't know these people. But what we're seeing is this animation in him as well. Bright-eyed, whole face smiles. You can see a quality of youthfulness in him. And think of the roles he's been cast in. He brings a humor to it. Even in his Iron Man role, he was he had sort of a dry humor that he'd bring to the character. And now he has a new role at the time of this publishing this video is Dr. Dolittle. It makes sense that a type 1 would play the role of Dr. Dolittle. Walt Disney is the iconic type 1 in that a man that had an imagination and ideas, because that is the gift of a type 1, bringing new ideas into reality and helping be an idea generator. He was the epitome of ideas, of animation that is still living, still thriving more than ever. he started something energetically that's in motion still, and it supports us in having an upward light movement when we experience what Disney puts out into the world. It started with Walt, a type 1. Interestingly, his brother, who was a second-hand man and kind of his overseer of his finances, is a type 2. So it's a perfect partnership that Roy was a type 2 who was more about details, working behind the scenes, keeping a check and balance into things, making plans, really taking what Walt brought in his big idea, vision, and what he believed in, what was possible, which is very type 1. And Roy helped bring flow to that, stability to that, and being managing it. And then we've got, I want to show you 2 qualities of a type 1. We've got Amy Poehler in the upper right corner next to Tiger Woods. These 2 facial characteristics are very expressive of 2 qualities of a type 1. Circles are very much a movement and shape in a type 1 face that you see in Tiger Woods' face. Circle nose, circle apple cheeks, circle around the eye from the eyebrow down on the upper cheekbone. And then you see star points in Amy's character traits in her face, her features. You see a star point nose. You see more of a point to her chin. You see a little bit of a peak in her brow. Those are star points. And so we seem to have those 2 character traits in their faces expressing for type 1, and hearts get thrown into that as well. Reese Witherspoon has a very heart-shaped face. So go see these different celebrities. Click on the link in the copy. See the whole list. See how many that you think, well, you kind of self-test yourself and think of some of your favorite celebrities or actors in different characters they've played, and see if you know what type they are. Then go find them on the list. Next week, we're going to follow up with our type 2, more soft, subtle, calming energy of type 2 celebrities. So look forward to that. Go ahead and click on the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified. Every week we have a new video, and I'm here to support you in knowing your type, which helps you live your truth authentically, which creates a happier experience in the world.